Pagadian, officially the city of Pagadian, is located in Mindanao, Philippines. It is the capital of the province of Zamboanga del Sur and the regional center of Zamboanga Peninsula. Pagadian City is the second largest city in the region, with its beginnings as a stopover for traders who ply the road between the old Spanish fort town of Zamboanga on the southwestern tip of the Zamboanga Peninsula and other bigger towns to the north of the old Zamboanga Province, and apart from its sheltered bay and good fishing grounds, it was not a place where anyone imagined that a city would be founded on it, as it is situated on steeply rolling terrain. In the course of its local history, waves of different kinds of people came to stay and eventually called among themselves Pagadianons. The iconic symbol of Pagadian is its uniquely designed tricycle built to adapt to the city's hilly terrain. It is the only place in the Philippines with a public transport inclined at about 25 to 40 degrees angle. Geography. Pagadian is on the northeastern side of the western Mindanao region, bordering on Illana Bay. It is bounded by the municipalities of Tigba and Mindanao on the southwest, Lakewood on the west, Labangan on the east and northwest, and Midsalap on the north. About 45% of the total city area is steeply sloping terrain of hills and mountains on the northwestern portion that covers an estimated 15,090 hectares. Mount Palpalan, Mount Timolan, Mount Pinoquis, and Mount Sugarloaf are the four tallest peaks. Areas in the direct north and central part have gentle to moderate slopes, making up 47% of the total. The remaining 8% is level or nearly level, which makes up most of the eastern and the southern parts of the city. The urban area covers about 845.48 hectares. Elevation of the urban area of the city ranges from 1 msl near Pagadian Bay to about 100 msl in the area of Barangay San Jose. The Tiguma, Bulatok Gators, and Balangasan rivers drain to Pagadian Bay and serve as natural drainage. Due to its topography, most of the city's 54 barangays do not experience flooding. The low-lying southern and eastern part of the city sometimes experience flooding, most especially during heavy rains. Climate. Located within the tropics of the Northern Hemisphere, Pagadian has a pronounced dry season from January to March and rainy season from April to December. The area is generally not affected by tropical storms and typhoons as it is located outside the Philippine typhoon belt. Temperature ranges from 22.2 to 32.9 degrees Celsius. The prevailing winds are the southwest wind that blow from over the sea during dry seasons going northeast, and the trade winds brought from the mountain ranges. Rainfall distribution is moderate from 2,500 to 3,000 mm annually. Barangays. It is politically subdivided into 54 barangays, of which 14 of these are classified as urban. History. Origin of the name. The city proper and surrounding areas of Muriki, Tawagan Sur and White Beach was originally named Talpocan, an indigenous word that means a place of numerous springs. The officially accepted origin of its name are words taken from the Iranan dialect Pagad and Padian, which shows that Pagadian had been a trading area in the past. Other theories suggest that it was named after a bird that the native inhabitants call Guardian of the city's name came from the word Pangadi, later to be known as Pagadian. Early settlers, the native inhabitants in the area, were the Subanans. Then came Muslim settlers who converted the people to Islam. A sizable number of Lumads, who refused to be converted, eventually settled in the highlands. The early Bangsamoro were under the leadership of Datu Akob, an Aranan Datu whose daughter caught the fancy of Datu Macombang, also an Aranan from Malabang, Tukuran, Pagadian City, and he was the son of Sharif Apo Tubo, who came from the bloodline of Sharif Kabungsuan. With the approval of Sultan Datu Akob, Datu Macombang married by Putri Panyuan Akob, the beautiful daughter of the royal Datu of Pagadian City and royal by Putri of Rare. Upon the death of Datu Akob, also known as Datu Mambalawag, his son-in-law, Datu Macombang assumed leadership. He established the territorial boundaries of the present city proper, from Balangaysan River in the west of Tawagan Sur River in the east. Beyond the river of Tawagan Sur was the territory of Datu Balimbingan. At one time, Datu Macombang requested the assistance of the Philippine Constabulary due to the rampant banditry and piracy in the area. A detachment led by Col. Tiburcio Ballesteros stationed at Malungos landed at the place and stationed themselves at Dumagok Island. The arrival of the soldiers restored peace and order, thereby attracting the influx of settlers from other places. Spread of Christianity. Christian settlers started arriving in the early part of the 20th century, most of which came from Cebu, as evident on the veneration of the Santo Nino de Cebu. The increasing Christian population prompted the creation of the parish of Pagadian in 1938 and was administered by the Jesuits, Colombian and Filipino priests. The original Sto. Nino Church of Pagadian was right across the city plaza on the site of the current San Jose Parish Church. The present Sto. Nino Cathedral is now located in San Francisco District and was built in 1968. Pagadian Parish became a diocese on November 2, 1971, and is a suffragan of the Archdiocese of Ozamis. Monsignor Jesus B. Tuquib served as the first bishop and was installed on February 24, 1973. At the time, the Columban Fathers took care of the apostolic services for the first 13 parishes in the newly formed diocese. As of 2008, the Diocese of Pagadian had 24 parishes. Timeline. Demographics. The people of Pagadian are classified into 3 main groups, which is based primarily on faith and heritage. The Subanans, the Muslim settlers who came from other parts of Mindanao and other places such as Sabah in Indonesia, and the Christian settlers who generally came from the Visayas and Luzon. Majority of Pagadianons speak the Cebuano language. The national language, Filipino, is widely understood and is the native tongue of a small percentage of the population. Aranan, Maguindanao, Maranao, Tausug, and Samal dialects are used by the Muslim community. The Subanan dialect is exclusively used by the Subanan people, the original inhabitants of the area. Remaining percentage of the population are classified as Hiligaynon or Ilonggod, Zamboangano and Ilocano speakers. As with the rest of the Philippines, English is widely understood and is used as the primary language for business, religion, places of worship in Pagadian. Economy. Agriculture is the primary economic resource, with the production of rice, corn, coconut, fruit, root crops and animal husbandry. Special funding assistance programs by the government are made available for local farmers. The City Livelihood Development Assistance Program extends loans to those who need financial assistance for the livelihood. Production of raw materials like seaweeds, cocoa processing processing. Cassava constitute the large part of the local economy. Small-scale manufacturing of furniture and decos made out of wood, bamboo, rattan, steel and plastic, handicrafts made out of bamboo, rattan, cocoa shell, wood, marine shell, ceramics, and weaving. Pagadian Bay and the outer Illana Bay abounds with a wide variety of marine products. Seaweed culture farming is flourishing in waters off the bay, while fish ponds near or along the bay yields milkfish, prawns and crabs. A number of large deep-sea fishing vessels that venture into the Sulu Sea and farther off to South China Sea make Pagadian Fishport the base of operation. Another income-generating industry is mining in an area located 1.5 kilometers southeast of Barangay Lisan Valley proper, approximately 49 kilometers, for the city proper, which yields gold, copper and molybdenum. Festivals. The city fiesta is celebrated every third Sunday of January in honor of its patron saint, the Holy Child Jesus, which coincides with the feast day of Cebu City. It is officially called the Pasalamat Festival, highlighted with a fluvial parade, trade exhibits, the Mutia and Pagadian beauty pageant, carnival shows and a civic military parade. On every 21st of June, the Araw en Pagadian is celebrated in commemoration of its founding as a chartered city, as capital of Zamboanga del Sur. The city hosts the annual provincial celebration in September with agro-trade exhibits, a civic military parade, cultural presentations and sports competitions. The Magayon Festival is a week-long celebration that coincides with the Zamboanga del Sur anniversary in September. It honors the tri-people settlers, the Subanans, Bangsamoro Muslims and Christians. Magayon is a Subanan word which means unity and solidarity. The festival is a showcase of three distinctly different cultural heritage in songs, dances, rituals of peace, foods and crafts, to foster unity and understanding among the three cultures. Environment-related activities, peace and development forum, and indigenous sports competitions are being held. Pagadian City also officially celebrates the Chinese New Year. It honors the local Chinese community. Places of interest. The city is yet to have a 5-star hotel, as it is essentially not a prime tourism getaway, although a recent surge in the hotel and pension house constructions due to the current influx of visitors primarily to do business in the city is evident, such as the Mardale Hotel and Convention Center. Gaisano capital Pagadian is the city's biggest mall in terms of land area. C3 Mall is owned by the city government of Pagadian. It is the site of the old historic shopping center, where the nucleus of Pagadian's trading past is located. Pagadian City has a number of tourist attractions, though they are not as well known throughout the Philippines. Pagadian Rotonda, a circular park on top of Bulatok Hill at the apex of the F.S. Pajas Avenue and overlooks the Illana Bay. It is at the intersection of the North Diversion Road and F.S. Pajas Avenue, two of the three major road networks in the city. The park features a viewing deck, gardens, horseback riding, and a refreshment store. Dao Dao Islands. The Dao Dao name is shared by two islands within the Illana Bay, thus the addition of Daco and Gamay to the names of the islands for simple distinction. Dao Dao Daco is the bigger island, which covers 1.1 hectares and is a 7 to 10 minute ride by motorboat from the seaport. It has artificial coral reefs ideal for swimming, boating and fishing. Dao Dao Gamay is a sandbar and is partially submerged during high tide. Muriki Beach. It is just a little over 4 kilometers from the city proper. Swimming is allowed in some parts but is as yet largely underdeveloped. Mangrove and seaweed plantations are nearby. Springland Resort, a natural spring water resort. It has 3 swimming pools and a fish pond. The resort also has a multifunction hall and a restaurant designed in native Filipino style. Puting Balas. Its name is the literal translation for white sand in the local dialect. It is classified as a white sandbar just 5 minutes via motorboat from northeast of the city's seaport. Lourdes waterfalls and hot and cold springs. These are natural hot springs in Barangay Lourdes, about 32 kilometers northwest from the urban area. This is being tapped by the Pagadian City Water District as a water source for Barangay Cagawasan. Lisan Valley Waterfalls is located about 42 kilometers northwest of Pagadian proper in Sitio Santa Lucia. The falls has a height of about 20 to 25 meters. The spherical basin, 20 meters in diameter, is ideal for swimming. Ditere Waterfalls is 14 kilometers from the Pagadian poblacion and 5 kilometers from the center of Barangay Ditere. Manga Falls and Twin Caves. These natural attractions are located in Barangay Manga, 7 kilometers. For the city proper, a 2-layered cascading fall surrounded by huge trees, it is home to monkeys. The Twin Caves can be explored along the 2-layered waterfalls. It is currently in the process of being developed as a tourist spot. Kendi's Cave is about 14 kilometers from Pagadian Poblacion and 5 kilometers from Barangay Ditere and not yet accessible to regular traffic as the only way to reach it is through horseback. The cave has large overhead crevices with 2 interior chambers. Mount Palpalan, the promontory overlooking Pagadian City. Several satellite transmitters and signal towers of television stations and communication networks can be found on its peak. With a height of 684 feet above sea level, it has a sweeping vista of Pagadian City and Ilana Bay. Mount Susong Dalaga is the literal translation for maiden's breast, for it is a nearly perfect cone, resembling a maiden woman's breast. It is located in Barangay Lourdes. Mount Pinocchio is located in Barangay Lisan Valley. Provincial Government Complex. This complex is located in Dao District, a 5-minute ride from downtown Pagadian. The complex has a standard-sized oval track and field and other sports building facilities of which construction is still ongoing, and the cultural village with every town of Zamboanga del Sur having its own show house. The Unity Park, a monument to the tri-people group who settled in Pagadian, is located there. Plaza Luz, the city's primary public assembly area where the dancing fountain and the public library is located. The fountain has recently become the main attraction in the park, with its lights and water formations synchronized to the beat of the music being played in its repertoire. 2 smaller rectangular fountains run parallel to each other, flanking the circular bigger fountain in the center. Governance. The city belongs to the 1st District of Zamboanga del Sur. The local Sangguniang Panglungsod is administered by the mayor, with the assistance of the vice-mayor. It has 10 elected councillors and 1 representative each from the Sangguniang Kabataan and Association of Barangay Captains. Pagadian is also the seat of the provincial government of Zamboanga del Sur. Infrastructure. Transportation. Tricycles of the primary public transport in the urban center, while jeepneys usually ply the city's rural barangays. Private vehicles comprises the largest percentage of the traffic. Buses, minibuses, and jeepneys are the modes of transportation for transients bound for the neighboring municipalities and other parts of Zamboanga del Sur. These short-travel transports also serve the bus terminal, which is located downtown. Airport. The city is served by Principal Airport Class 1. It is located in Barangay Muriki and Barangay Tiguma, approximately 5 kilometers from the city proper. The airport serves as the only airport in the province of Zamboanga del Sur with direct flights to and from Manila and Cebu. Seaport. The Port of Pagadian City is served by shipping lines operating for both passenger and cargo vessels. Ports of call include Zamboanga City, Jolo, CRC, Bongao, Sitangkai and Cotabato City. Integrated bus terminal, served by 2 major bus companies and several other smaller public utility vehicles, i.e. vans. The terminal sits atop the hill as the station for both eastbound and westbound transport, particularly for public transports bound for Zamboanga City, Ozamis City, Dipolog City, Cagayan Cotabato City, General Santos City, and Davao City. Utilities. Telecommunications. Philippine Long-Distance Telephone Company and Cruz Telco are the 2 major telecommunications providers, a project under the Department of Transportation and Communications. The Pagadian City Telephone Exchange serves the far-flung barangays that other telephone companies are not yet able to give service. Major cellular phone service providers in the country serve the city. Water and power supply. Pagadian City Water District provides the city with potable water supply. Formed in 1976, the PCWD has over 14,000 active service connections and sources its water from deep wells and springs. Electricity is supplied by the Zamboanga del Sur Electric Cooperative, incorporated from the National Power Corporation hydroelectric plant in Iligan City, sourced from the Maria Cristina Falls. About 77.70% of 42 barangays out of 54 total barangays in the entire city area have 24-hour electricity. Notable people: Enrique Ona, Philippine Secretary of Health; Antonio Cirilles, former Secretary of Department of Environment and Natural Resources during the term of President Joseph Estrada; incumbent Governor of Zamboanga del Sur Province. Sister cities. Cooma, New South Wales, Australia, established in 1975 through the Philippine-Australian Development Assistance Programming with contract with the Snowy Mountains Engineering Corporation, based in the city of Cooma, which undertook development projects within the province of Zamboanga del Sur.